Hello, welcome to Leo Green Studios. Today we're going to be marbling paper with ink spray. Okay, so we're going to be marbling paper. So when we marble paper, uh, first we're marbling this paper so that it can go on to our portfolios. Uh, I would say I would make it either one of these is a letter itself, or you can cut it down and make like two because you got to think about how big the portfolio is. Okay. And whatever you don't cover up, you're going to have to fill in some of that blank space. So I would go as far as saying you might need for however many in your name, you'll have that. Okay. Let's just draw a letter real quick. And right now, I'm just kind of mapping out and doing my drawing of my name at a letter. You can use rulers for this if you're trying to make something nice and geometric. I'm using this little cup thing to kind of draw out my curves a little bit. And then I'm also going to cut some of this stuff out too, so kind of works in that fashion. All right. Say I have my letter colored out. I would use like a crayon. A crayon, wherever I put the crayon, the ink is not going to latch onto it. So we're making marble paper, and on the marble paper, this is like the crayon right there. It didn't take the print of the ink. So we talked about line designs. Our first of all, we talked about different types of lines, um, like vertical, horizontal, curved, and zigzag. What we can talk about too is how to create harmony. I had a good question earlier today. Somebody asked me, when we made our name, you had to draw the 5 different types of lines, right? They asked me on that little sheet of paper, do I have to make another copy like that? Do I need to make another copy like that? And I was like, no, you don't have to make an exact copy like that. You can take one of those letters or one of the type of lines that you like and make the design that way. Okay. So in here, I'm just going to do a type of line design. Um, I got curved letters. I think I'm going to do something less than curved. And wherever I have this crayon at, it's not going to take the ink. And what I'm doing, I'm just trying to create some line variation. Line variation is how thick or how thin it is. So I'm varying some of that. I am kind of thinking about a pattern when I'm doing this. Let's see. So in this strip, it's not going to capture the ink. Make sure before you start trying to put all of the color in the crayon on the back of it, you need to write your name. You need to write the class period on it. That's so, like if it gets lost or it gets misplaced, we'll know who to get it back to because everybody is going to be making one of these. So it could get mistaken. So to kind of not let it get mistaken, make sure you have your name on the back of it, okay? All right, I need your eyes, everybody. Please look. This is important with the use of this. Like this shaving cream right here, I do not want you to be holding it this direction right here. Okay, don't hold it that way. Make sure you are holding it this way. You need, I wouldn't do more than 3. Okay, you probably could just use 2. Let's see what happens when I use 2. Okay, so see how it's nice and foamy? It's nice and foamy because I'm holding the can up. I'm going to take my squeegee and I'm going to squeegee this along the sides of it so you can kind of see it up on the board. Going back over like so. And I'm just trying to make sure I have like nice little flat areas. Like I have some areas that have little air pockets in it. I'm trying to get rid of all those little air pockets. Okay. The ink is going to be like in a little spray bottle. You have to treat the ink the same way. You have to kind of watch this a little bit too. I squirted myself in the face with this by mistake. Okay, do not do that. Make sure you're aiming it away from you. Don't aim it towards somebody. Let's try not to get this on your clothes because I don't know if it's going to come out your clothes. Okay. So be mindful like where you sit your body and stuff at. Okay. I'm gonna give you a little crash course in color schemes. Okay. Color schemes allow us to create harmony in our work. Okay. Uh, a simple color scheme to use would be either warm or cool colors. Okay. Because warm colors are what? What are warm colors? Warm colors are red, yellow, and orange. Okay. So if warm colors are red, yellow, and orange, what would be cool colors? Blue, violet, and green. Okay. So I'm going to take some of this and you're going to want to sit this upright. I'm going to have to make sure that I make sure that they all spray out really good. But this is sitting upright. Okay. About from 6 to 12 inches away from it. I will spritz it. Okay. So I'm spraying it. What I've noticed, depending on how far and how close you have it, like this is really good for a start in the sense that when I go and I make my swirls inside of this, it's going to be where it has the white in it. I'm gonna get something a little bit closer. And then if I get some other colors in. In the bag. Put it up for me, please. and you have to watch it like this one is squirting from all different angles and stuff. And I'm gonna do a simple swirl design in it. Let's see, I think I could go just a little bit darker on this side. And I just have that little swirl to kind of help me with my design and my pattern. I'm going to take my paper and this face down part right here with the coloring part, right? I'm going to go in just a little bit at a time, let it kind of fold down. This way I'm trying to get the air bubbles out of it. Wherever it has an air bubble in it, it's going to not print right there. So I'm going to rub it gently across. Now, sometimes if it doesn't have an air bubble in it and it misses, that can make a neat, unexpected design to it as well. So it's not always bad. And then I'm going to take this, I'm going to lift it up, and it pulls the design off of there. I'm going to just sit this aside because I can get multiple prints with that still. And I'm going to lay it on the table, and I'm just squeegee this off. Okay. And if you look, you can kind of see where I had some air pockets at, but it kind of helped with the design a little bit. See, there's some little air pockets. I'm going to sit this on a drying rack. Make sure you have your name on it beforehand. When you put it on the drying rack, we have to let it dry. It takes about an hour or so to dry all the way. When you squeegee it, it really takes a lot of the moisture out of it already. Again, I can use this again. So I just take this, and what happens with the shaving cream, the layer of soap that I have over top of it, it kind of just closes it in, and it gives you this same little nice little flat area. And I can go and I can add and do another one. Let me try not to have this everywhere. That one's just doing all kind of crazy stuff right there. I don't have to just do that kind of pattern. Let me see if I can try something else out. Let's see. You don't necessarily always have to have the crayon. So again, wherever I had the crayon at right here, it didn't take the design. I kind of like that design, that swirl that's happening right there. You still have this for your lettering though. Okay. I'll take this. And I just try to rub out the air bubbles. Sometimes the air bubbles is a happy mistake. Sometimes it could be like, I can do better. I'll know next time to make sure I'm getting the air out of it. Again, I'm gonna pull it up. I take this, sit this right here for a moment, and I'm just gonna squeegee this off again. Okay, take this, squeegee, 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 squeegee. And that's actually pretty neat. Nice design for the marble paper. I have some towels so that you can wipe off your area when you're finished. I'll sit this over so I can let it dry. Make sure when you get your paper for your name, it's going to be fairly big. I would say one or two would be like the a good size for your name. Like if you have on each sheet of paper, like this could be either two letters or one letter. I think making it smaller than that, it'll be harder for you to see. I want your first name on it, like you have with your that you would have with your I now, so I know who it is to turn into your work. Uh, I have the sheets of paper up here for you to get. Okay, let's start working on making our letter design, and then we'll start trying to see what we do with marbling our paper. Making the marble paintings, the first thing is I do my designs. I'm using crayon here because crayon is going to resist the ink. The ink is a water-based uh, ink, so the ink is not going to soak into the paper wherever I have the crayon. When I spray the ink onto the shaving cream, I then make little swirly designs and then squeegee off the swirly designs. These are many different prints that I made, and I'm starting to cut out the lettering that I drawn on it previously. The lettering is going to go on to my portfolio. It doesn't take long for the ink on the paper to dry. After squeegeeing off the shaving cream, it takes maybe about 2 hours before it's dry enough where I can cut out the letters and then glue them onto the portfolio. So here I am finishing cutting out all of the lettering and just trying to make sure I have it arranged the way I would like it. A good thing to do beforehand is just to measure out your name and how many letters you want to have. I intended Leo and Green be on one side, but since I made Leo so big and Green so big, I have Leo on the first side and then Green on the other side. So there's a little FYI. Make sure you measure out the space before you actually make the portfolio. All in all, I think it turned out really good. I taped the sides and folded over. I would use regular Elmer's glue and not the stick glue. If I was to do this again, I'm probably going to laminate this. That way it'll be protected and I can store my artwork in there. Hopefully enjoyed my introduction into marbling paper on Leo Green Studio. Make sure that you subscribe, like, and comment.